And here is the Writer's Almanac for Saturday. It's the 8th of June, 2019. It's the birthday of Frank Lloyd Wright, born Richland Center, Wisconsin, 1867. Led a long life, died in 1959. His mentor was the architect Louis Sullivan, who coined the saying, "Form follows function." Wright seemed to believe that form and function should be as one. His designs inspired the Prairie School architects, designing buildings that complemented, even seemed part of nature. He liked natural materials, wood and stone, never painted them. Horizontal designs, low roof lines so that the buildings blended in with the landscape. Incorporated walls made almost entirely of windows to bring the outdoors indoors. Glass walls that were also functional, using winter sunlight to help heat the house. It's the birthday of the editor who is given credit for ushering in the golden age of science fiction, John W. Campbell, born Newark, 1910. His father was an electrical engineer. The boy was interested in science growing up, started writing science fiction when he was 18, when he was a student at MIT. Wrote a novella early on called Who Goes There, about a group of researchers in Antarctica discover an alien buried in the ice that has the ability to inhabit the body of anyone it attacks, to such a degree that it's impossible for the researchers to recognize which of them are still themselves and which are now aliens. It was made into a movie called The Thing back in '82. But his great contribution to science fiction was as an editor of the magazine Astounding Science Fiction from 1937 on. It was John Campbell who wanted science fiction to be based on real science. He championed writers like Isaac Asimov and Robert A. Heinlein, Theodore Sturgeon. He wanted stories in which scientists acted the way scientists do and engineers the way engineers do, and that the scientific culture be represented accurately. Isaac Asimov remembered John W. Campbell as a tall, large man with light hair, a beaky nose, a wide face with thin lips, a cigarette in a holder clamped between his teeth. He was talkative, opinionated, quicksilver-minded, overbearing. It's the birthday of the best-selling crime novelist Sara Peretsky, born in Ames, Iowa, 1947. She grew up in rural Kansas. Her father taught microbiology at the University of Kansas. The family lived on a farm outside Lawrence. Peretsky went to the University of Kansas, then left for Chicago, where she did community service work, where she met her husband, helped raise his 3 children, decided to write a novel. She had been thinking about Raymond Chandler's work. She didn't like that in Raymond Chandler, the women tended to be femme fatales, women using their bodies to try and make good boys do bad things. Sara Peretsky said, I wanted a woman who could be a whole person, which meant that she could be a sexual person without being evil, that she could be an effective problem solver, as women are in reality, but not very often in fiction or on the screen, and that who she was sexually had nothing to do with it, except that it made her more fully human. So she wrote Indemnity Only. It came out in 1982, a novel featuring a hard-boiled female detective, V.I. Warshawski, who's smart, good with a gun, also likes nice shoes, and enjoys a nice sex life. Here's a poem for today by Emily Dickinson. Will there really be a morning? Will there really be a morning? Is there such a thing as day? Could I see it from the mountains if I were as tall as they? Has it feet like water lilies? Has it feathers like a bird? Is it brought from famous countries of which I have never heard? Oh, some scholar, oh, some sailor, oh, some wise man from the skies, please to tell a little pilgrim where the place called morning lies. Emily Dickinson's Will There Really Be A Morning from the Complete Poems of Emily Dickinson. And that's the Writer's Almanac for Saturday, June the 8th. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.